not normal. What is normal is excellence, above innovation, and seeing tomorrow today is normal. Well, my previous panels, they have discussed more about AI, how AI is augmenting the business portfolios and all. Uh, Particularly, how it is, contributing to the different arenas of organizations and manifold. So I would like to take it in a very different manner, very different way. I would say yes, we have to be cautious, and we have to be cautious. There is no compromise on that. And being we are CFOs, it is our enormous duty to see that in this digital transformation, without risk management, it is like driving a race car blindfolded. Folded. And the transformational risk management in the digital revolution in today's digital era, we'll look into the establishing robust risk management, integrating compliance management, demonstrating leadership to drive value. And we'll also discuss on certain focusing areas like transformational risk management, RM framework, measure shortcomings. When we talk about transformational risk management is the process of identifying, evaluating, and mitigating the strategic, operational, technological, and ethical risks, which are associated with large-scale digital transformation initiatives. It goes beyond traditional risk management to focus on rapid innovation, disruption and uncertainty brought on by digital technologies like AI, cloud, IoT, big data, blockchain, and automation. So this digital revolution is reshaping the entire industries. It's creating new opportunities, but it carries unprecedented risk. What are the areas that we generally handle when we come think about digital revolution that we are facing? We look into AI and ML, machine learning, what it gives, automation, intelligence, but it is biased. It is black box decisions. What is black box decisions? Your decisions, whatever AI is producing to us, is opaque. It is not, it is not revealing what exactly, how the decision formation has taken place. How we can resolve it? We can resolve it by glass box decisions, very transparent, right? And similarly, cloud computing, it is giving to scalability, agility. But what is happening? Vendor lock-in. What is vendor lock-in? You get bound with certain contractual agreement with this vendor so that neither you can move out from them, nor you can establish something new. There is a challenge over there when it is coming to cloud computing. Similarly, data sovereignty. And IoT, what is it is, how it is contributing? It is contributing real-time data, smart assets, but it is subject to cyber threats, device sprawl. Device sprawl is like, multiplying your technology throughout your organization in different systems, connecting with different systems. So, it makes very complex. And big data analytics, insights, personalization, privacy. What is happening with big data analytics? You are seeing so many, your pictures available everywhere. Your spouse's pictures available everywhere. Everywhere, there are certain impersonalization is happening. There are a couple of Ramakants available. If you look into the search into the entire database of, as a large scale, you will be finding somebody is impersonating my Facebook, or somebody is impersonating my LinkedIn societally, all the societal links and all. So blockchain again, we know there is it runs over trust, but it is decentralized, it is not centralized, and there are so far, we are witnessing a lot of regulatory gaps with regard to blockchain and immutable risks and all. Automation and RPA. Uh, so these are all, yes, when it is coming for their strength is efficiency and speed, but yes, there is a job displacement or control gaps are there. When it comes to XI, uh, Musk has recently declared, I don't need teachers for AI, so he has removed not less than about thousands of people from his organization. So these are the displacement, these are the risks actually. And so what we have to look into? We have to look into the transformational risk management, how we can do, we have, the objective is that we have to enable innovation safely, and innovation safety and supported bold digital initiatives without exposing the enterprise to unacceptable risk. Very important is your value, your trust system with the organization, your credibility that we need to protect. We have to ensure also compliances. Compliances like in India, GDPR is European. In India, we have personal digital DP, Digital Personal Protection Act. We have to ensure that. Similarly, we have to build digital resilience, ensure business continuity and adaptability in a fast changing environment. So, these are the strategic alignments we require. Risk practices must support digital transformation goals. We have to be very proactive, not reactive, anticipate and prevent risks. We just don't need to respond. Agile risk practices and risk frameworks must evolve as technologies do. Transparency and accountability is very important. That is what AI was lacking long back. And I will come across to there, uh, how many of the organizations face the risks of transformation. We'll come to that. And obviously, integrated risk governance is very important. It must be embedded to the enterprise ERM kind of thing, where in a holistic manner, we have to look into that. Yes, all the risks, all the functions are integrated, and we have a control over that. We have a governance over that. Now, when we look into the major areas where we have, AI has failed or so-called digital transformation has failed. In 2016, Microsoft Tay has come in, and what has happened? It learned from the hated, post that has been carried out. It carried all the hated contents, and it created a post. That post that Microsoft created is based on racist and sexist tweets, and immediately Microsoft Tay was shut down. Similarly, Amazon hiring bias, what Amazon did, it rolled out a hiring bot, and it started downgrading women's resumes. Tools scrapped actually. How did it happen? Wherever women say that they say they have attended women's club and other things, that content has picked up and they have downgraded the resumes of all the women. So immediately when they saw that yes, there is a discrimination, there is a bias that is getting carried out, immediately they had to shut it down. Similarly, Tesla Autopilot. Tesla Autopilot, what did it do? Say 10 years back, when they rolled out, it went and crashed some fire, vehicles, and some vehicles it run and hit many people. So this is how the automation that Tesla was working on got heavily criticized and it got shut down. Similarly, Compass algorithm, same criminal justice, they wanted to look into the criminal backgrounds of all the, people. So there is a fairness that has come in, and, with smaller and smallest criminal backgrounds also, the credibility has been brought down. So risk scoring has become a challenge. Similarly, Google Photos. Google Photos, they misclassified. This is again another racist. They misclassified black as gorillas. Then immediately it was heavily criticized and it was shut down. Obviously, thereafter Google has brought down banana and other things. Yes, I'm citing these examples because after that, a lot of improvements by these companies, they have done it. But initially, they had to shut it down. So also, YouTube algorithm, they promoted extreme contents using accused of fueling radicalization, and defects, political manipulation, scams, security, privacy risks has come down, and Facebook bots also. It also created its own language, raised fears of AI autonomy. It has also created racism with black. And the most important thing that was in healthcare was IBM Watson for oncology. They created certain products, certain services that they claimed that they are doing wonderful and it is a miraculous product. But unfortunately, it has got, again, it got pulled, the data that from the big data they have picked up certain things which are not acceptable in medical practices, and they had to again shut it down. And similarly, AI art and copyright, you must be seeing there are thousands and thousands of copyright issues and legal battles are going on. So having said all these discomforts or shortcomings, yes, most financials which are very important for us that we need to see is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo alleged AI bias again in mortgage lending. So what happened? Investigations and lawsuits alleged that Wells Fargo mortgage approval algorithms disproportionately rejected black and Hispanic applicants, even when the credit scores and financials were comparable. So why does it, why it matters? Because it suggests potential algorithm-based lending decisions. So most of the NBFCs or finance banking people, they criticized this, and Wells Fargo again has to shut it down. Then they, because what is happening? The AI system is amplifying certain historical discrimination unless it is carefully evaluated and analyzed. So that is where the role of CFO comes in. It is not just accepting or whatever your IT is recommending, but look into, I will always suggest that let's look into COSO, let's look into CISA promulgations and all, and we have to be very thorough with the control mechanisms, with the risk management systems. And obviously we know risk management is we analyze and other things, but we have to go beyond that. Similarly, Apple Card and Goldman Sachs, there was a gender bias credit limits they have done. Multiple high-profile users, including Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, reported that women were granted far lower credit limits than men, despite similar financial profiles. Decision, automated risk models. It was driven by automated risk models. So it was investigated by New York Department of Financial Services. So the lesson that it has got, that even if gender is not an explicit input, proxy variables can lead to discriminatory outcomes. Now, as we know, our job is to see that we are establishing a strong governance with ethical guidelines, transparency, human oversight, and robust risk management. And with this, I would cite another example. United Health algorithms, same racial bias in healthcare that happened. United Health's algorithms used to identify patients for care programs was found to underpresent black patients. Because black patients, they were not there, they were not using the facilities, healthcare facilities. So they say, they were not having equitable access the way whites have. So the model used healthcare costs as a proxy for need, but black patients historically spent less, not because they needed less care, but due to inequitable access. What was the outcome? Researchers exposed the bias. United Health pledged to adjust the algorithm, and these flawed proxies in AI can reinforce systematic inequality. We must also be knowing that just finance and Lendo alternative credit scoring, this fintech company used AI models that consider non-traditional data like social media, phone records, browsing behavior to score credit. And this has got nothing to do with somebody's credit rating. It violated privacy. It discriminated the digital behavior and that correlated with race, income, and education. So it went with lack of transparency in how decisions were made. And this black box algorithm, what I said, has stopped this alternative credit scoring method. And similarly, Goldman Sachs and Marcus alleged lending disparities. Same, the consumer bank Marcus was reported to offer different loan rates to different people on the basis of races and genders. So rates and terms were algorithmically generated. So this was denied by Goldman. It is highlighted in the challenge of auditing AI in finance. And in 2017, a BBC reported enrolled in HSBC, UK's voice recognition authentication system. So it is a very interesting case. There were twin brothers. So the reported twin brothers was later able to mimic his voice, and after several voice attempts, successfully accessed the report's bank account. And there were over 100 vocal traits used by the system. Still, the system was not able to reliably differentiate the voice of identically twins under the repeated attempts. So I'm just saying these are the challenges, yes, but can we disown AI today? No. Can we rely on AI? Yes, we have to, because there is absolutely no other choice with the growing era of dependence on these tools. And the major areas that we have to look into is, yes, governance. We have to look into the governance. Who is managing it? Who is owning these AI risks and all? Then data quality. Yes, we have to penetrate the data quality. Is the data accurate and fair? And what is the population from where the data has been driven? Model accuracy. Is the model effective and validated? Whether there is a bias, having understood the discrimination and the fairness and bias that is attached to, whether these discrimination has been tested for and mitigated. Most importantly, explainability. Can the model's decisions be explained? This is giving, it is taking you from the black box to white box. And similarly, security. Is the model protected from various attacks or risks or kind of thing? And compliance. Does it follow legal and ethical standards? Change control. Are these changes managed and documented? These are to be documented. And performance. Yes, does it meet business goals? This is more important. Having said that, yes, never allow the gain unauthorized access to your valuable assets. So when we're talking about risks, we have seen financial risk, operational risk, compliance risk, environment risk, and reputational risk, strategic risk, cyber security risk. These are the risks mostly, we need to evaluate when we are talking about the risk management, which identifies X and SSS and controls. Yes, we have to do we have to protect our assets. We have to see that our business is continued. We do strategic decision making. We also adhere to regulatory compliances. We also see that our enhanced reputation is always intact. These are the things. Having said that, we also see that when it comes to finance, Yes, there is a market risk, there is a credit risk, there is a liquidity risk, operational risk. When it comes to operational risk, we need to see the internal processes, systems, and people play a very important role in operational risk, external events like flood or other events, riots and all. Similarly, strategic risks, poor business decisions. Whether we are adaptable, we are adaptable to the change in the competitive landscape, failure to adapt market changes, compliance risk. We just discussed legal and regulatory sanctions, financial loss, reputation damage. And when it comes to reputational risk, it is very important your trust, your brand value, and your market share should never be compromised. And environmental risk, natural disasters, climate change, environmental regulations, and all. Cyber security risk, data breach, hacking, cyber attacks, and all. So we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful about these risks that a CFO has to look into when it is, transitioning through its journey for better governance. And yes, risk heat maps, we have to see, prioritize risk based on impact and likelihood. It is a chart that gives in 3 colors, which are the risk heats and all. Same, green, yellow, and red. It maps all the risks. Similarly, we have to work on scenario planning. What if in different disruption scenarios? We have to see AI audits. We have to see zero trust security and cyber risk quantification. So we have just discussed about strategic risk, technological risk, cyber security, privacy risk, regulatory risks, operational risks, and reputational ethical risks. So our job is to building a transformational risk management framework. We have to establish governance. We have to conduct digital risk assessment and integrate with ERM, enterprise risk management, implement risk controls, and monitor it continuously. Now, before I conclude my thoughts on this transitional journey of the finance people on risk management, I would like to share a video carried out by Greg Leonhard of Germany. 1 minute, I will just take you through that.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digitization, mobilization, augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So, how will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen, the future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
So my final words, friends, nobody can replace you. Nobody can replace a CFO's intelligence. We are having experience and we are having transformational experience that no AI, nobody can do a replacement to our brain. And yes, we have to go along with AI, seeing how it is controlled. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tripathi. I would request you to please stay back on the stage, and to do the honors, I would like to call Mr. Lakshman K. Prasad, CFO Aspect Global. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Ramakant Tripathi? Thank you so much, sir.